tuache hii mambo ya competition hii kupigana vita na kuonyesha watu niko na gari, niko na nyumba, niko na pesa. It doesn't make sense. Ama sijui mimi ndo chairman. No. People should focus on working and working together. Because once you focus on material things, then you miss the point. You forget the mission that you have, you forget your goal, you forget your objective. So because of that, of course the returns will be different. And that's why unasema watu wana move ama wana shift from gospel to those other things. That is because of what their aim.
The one and only gospel artist in Kenya and international. We are here to talk to him and get to know. He's been in Kenya for almost 10 days now.
Yeah.
And we are here to ask him how he's been around, how's the gospel industry. You know, Bunny, you can introduce yourself, for the 9th time.
Bunny Asila is my name. Kenyan, living in Europe, doing what we do best. That's gospel music. Mm-hmm.
Maybe you shared us, we are here, we were doing International Night of Worship. You shed some light. How has it been? Where have you gone so far? What have you been able to do? And why are we here tonight? And what are people anticipating in the future? Before we keep on and we ask you more of the gospel industry, you did a music. We also want to know about it and all that.
So International Night of Worship is a gospel music event. Gospel worship music event that is organized by Mziki Tours. Mziki Tours is an organization from Finland, which I head, and in partnership with GTM Ministries, an organization from the US. So basically, the worship event is aimed at bringing worshipers from different countries across the globe. We are happy today that we had singers from about 6-7 countries. That is Sweden. We had some singers from Norway. We had some singers from Germany. We have some Sweden from USA, and we had some from France also. So as you saw, I'm sure you guys saw, this was a great experience. It has never happened before. We had a total of 45 singers from all across the globe. And then we had international choir directors and music leaders that joined us. So this was awesome. And we had hundreds of local singers that joined us. So this is amazing. I'm happy that this has been a success. It's been a long journey, but now we've been able to execute it. And this is not the only one. Next week we even have a bigger one, a much bigger one. After this, these guys are leaving tomorrow. They're flying back to their countries. But even as they do that, we have another set of singers coming, and this is even going to be much bigger. We are hosting a total number of 200 singers that are coming from Europe and Japan and USA. I think we have about 45 singers from Japan. They are landing on Wednesday, 5th July. We have 69 singers from Switzerland who are landing on I think Wednesday again in the evening. We have about 25 singers from Spain. We have another 25 singers from France. We have about 15 singers from Brazil. We have some singers also from the USA. So this is going to be even bigger event. In total, we are looking forward to having 200 singers. And that's definitely amazing. It hasn't happened before. Nobody else has done it before. So tunashukuru Mungu bana.
Wow, maybe you shed some lights. We have having problems in the gospel industry in Kenya. Mm-hmm. We've seen musicians jump from gospel to secular music, and we also seeing there's no impact in the society as much as it used to be maybe 3 to 5 years back. Maybe what plans are you having now and what keeps you going as well, because it's not easy to keep it in the gospel industry. Maybe you tell us, are there challenges from your side? What keeps you going, and why do you think our own gospel musicians will move from gospel to secular?
I think first watu washikane wafanye kazi. Unity is a very important virtue, a very important thing when you are working as a team. Unaona kama mimi sasa, there are so many people that we've tried to reach out to, lakini back then when we tried to reach out to them, the response was they weren't cooperating. So because of that, we had to reach out to international friends. That's why we have these international friends coming here. I had to go out there and look for international friends that we can work with, because these guys that are here, wale tunawajua, they don't have unity. Our supportiani, they don't help each other. They don't mentor upcoming artists or singers. They don't have anything. Watu waache ubinafsi, watu washikane wafanye job pamoja. Kusikue na competition. Hii mambo ya competition in terms of material stuff, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't help out. People should focus more on the projects they are doing. People should focus more on working together. People should focus more on the ministry, sharing the word of God through music, so that tusonge mbele. Tuache hii mambo ya competition hii kupigana vita na kuonyesha watu niko na gari, niko na nyumba, niko na pesa. It doesn't make sense. Ama sijui mimi ndo chairman. No. People should focus on working and working together. Because once you focus on material things, then you miss the point. You forget the mission that you have, you forget your goal, you forget your objective. So because of that, of course the returns will be different. And that's why unasema watu wana move ama wana shift from gospel to those other things. That is because of what their aim is, because they are aiming for wrong stuff.
And okay, I have 2 questions just to know how are you getting support in order maybe to organize such events? And for people watching us, probably for people being able to miss this international night of worship, where can they expect the next one, which is very close maybe?
So first, the greatest support that I'm receiving is from God. God amenishikilia sana. It's been a long journey tumewalk na yeye. We started this, of course, many years ago, but planning for this event has taken about 3 years since COVID times. But we are happy that now it's here, it has happened. So the greatest support is from God, and then people around, wale watu wanatushikilia. I have a great team that I'm working with, both in Finland, in Europe, and also in Kenya, ambao wametusaidia tukaweza kusimamisha this event. And then wale wamekosa, wale hawakuweza kuja hapa leo, we have a bigger one that is coming next week. So next week, as I said earlier, we are having 205 singers that are coming, and they're all coming from different countries. So the major event is happening on the 9th of July at the Nyayo Gardens, Nakuru, from 4 p.m. So kama haukuja hapa, Sunday 9th July from 4 p.m. tukutane Nyayo Gardens bana. Tuone vile mambo inatengenezwa huko. Tumsifu Mungu, tucheze, tuimbe pamoja, tusifu, tuabudu kwa njia zote zile. Naam.
Okay. That's nice. And maybe just to know, kulikuwa, of course, was it months ago, kumekuwa na hizi issues za pastors, maybe kushikwa na nini, akina Pastor Ezekiel Mackenzie. Maybe what was your thought on that?
Hii ni mambo ya dunia. For me, I focus more on, I will say, what were the different objectives. People in ministry have different objectives. Hata Biblia inasema that during end times, people will come wakijificha kwamba wako ndani wako kwa Yesu, lakini they'll be having other missions. So for the thing here, Pastor Mackenzie, I think those are just cultic acts, and unfortunately Kenyans wanafuata hiyo story, maybe because of frustrations vile mambo iko sahi. But you see, that should not be the point of focus. The point of focus should be that our people that should be helping us to follow the right ways, ambao ni artists, ambao Mungu amewapatia hiyo kipaji, amewapatia the platform, how ndio wafanye the right thing. So because of that, people are looking for those other alternatives on how they could maybe get uplifted in different ways. But I think if our artists, gospel music artists, our other ministers in different forums, different platforms, if they will do what they're supposed to do as they were called to do, I think such things wouldn't be happening. Because right now as it is, there is a gap. So since there's a gap, anybody will try to look for a way to maybe move ahead. So me I will urge wale artists wengine wale wako kule nje tufanye ile kitu tuliitwa kufanya. If you're a gospel artist, kama uliitwa, you're a minister, do it to your level best bana, so that we fill these gaps. Kule nje watu wanahitaji neno, and then people should aspire to grow, people should aspire to work together, people should aspire to work beyond Kenya ama beyond Nairobi. Nairobi hakuna kitu, artists watu wache kujichanganya bana.
maybe Bunny, you inspire, talk to someone, there's a youth, there's someone who wants to maybe look up to you, or maybe wants to to reach you, umsaidie kuvuka ile pande ingine, maybe probably a word or anything that they can do.
I only work with people that know what they want, people that are focused, and people that have really what it takes. As you have seen here, we've had so many local artists that we have worked with. Now, next week we will even have, I think, about 200 of them that will be coming, and those are young talents, wale ambao hawajajulikana, wale ambao hakuna mtu anawajua. But hao wengine, you can't work with somebody that has a different focus from what you're focusing on. My objective is very different from these other people, so I can't work with somebody that has a different objective. And then you see, let me say something, kwa sababu umeniuliza hiyo story ya speaking to artists. Before I left Kenya, I used to live in Nakuru, and then I moved to Nairobi, and then eventually God akafungua njia nikamove in. So before I left Nakuru, I used to call artists hapa Nakuru kwamba those are local artists. Mungu akafungua njia nikaenda Nairobi, nikaanza kuita, hata mimi mwenyewe nilikuwa local artist. Lakini sasa wakati Mungu alifungua njia nikatoka nje kidogo, with the level of exposure, ile milango ambayo Mungu amefungua, when you look back, unaona kumbe local is not Nakuru ama Nairobi ama Mombasa ama Kisumu. Anybody that is in Kenya, I think that's local for me. So people should aspire to grow. Wale wachanga, wale ambao wanakuja, tuwashikilie mkono. If you're an artist and you've been in this music space, not industry, in this music space for 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, and yet there's nothing, hakuna mtu ambaye umeshikilia anasimama aseme ule jamaa ameni-inspire ama ameni-mentor ama amefanya nini, then I don't think you're doing the right thing. People should aspire to grow beyond Kenya. Watu watoke Kenya, watu wasikae Kenya hapo wanasema ati unajulikana Nairobi ama unafanya kitu Nairobi, so unaona wende ule msee. Hapana. There are so many spaces out there. There are so many opportunities. There are so many platforms. And by doing that, you can also do that by creating platforms for the rest, wale ambao hawajafika mahali. So aspire to kushikilia watu wengine mkono, and then aspire to grow beyond the borders.
Maybe what is the difference between music in Finland, gospel music, and then there is also this other question, that is one. There is this other question like, when you're, I don't know if I call it a racial kind of question. What do you ever receive a backlash when you're in the other side? Because there is also this, when you are different and outside, you probably may receive you're black and all this. Does racism, for example, get to you when you're in Finland? And also, what is the difference? Why do you insist on aspiring someone to be probably go out of Kenya to see the difference? So what is that kind of difference that you see?
Number one, I don't mind about somebody. Looking down on me because of racism, as you're saying, even though I live there. Because I'm focusing on important things. For me, mtu akiwa na perception towards me because I'm African, I'm from Kenya, that is on them, not for me. I'm focusing on very different things. That has happened, that will always happen. It happened before, it's still happening, not just to me. So nikikasirika, nikikuwa na depression, nikifanya nini, it doesn't change anything. For me, I don't care about, that is out there. Your story iko kule nje, but it's not for me. I'm focusing on what I'm doing, I'm focusing on my projects, I'm focusing on my music. That's what is important. I don't mind about those, because those are things that will always be there. And then number two, you asked about why am I emphasizing on people to grow. The people should aspire to grow. You see, ukiangalia majirani zetu hapa, TZ, ama Nigeria, ama South Africa, watu wanafanya mziki bana. Watu wanapiga kazi. Watu wanatumia mziki kueneza injili, not just in their countries, but they've grown. The Bible says that we should aspire to grow, we should grow from glory to glory, from glory to the other. Lakini sasa ukiwa tu uko hapo, umefanya kitu Nairobi, unaona wewe umefika. It doesn't. Yet people are moving, people are doing stuff out there. Watu wanataka kusikia injili through music, not just in Kenya, even out there. So that's why it's important. You've seen people like Sinach doing international mission tours, music mission tours. Mtu anaenda anafanya ministry anaimbia watu kama 30, 40, 50,000. That's not easy. And yet hapa mtu anajipiga kifua sababu anafanya anaenda ku minister in a place that maybe we have, unajua, you know what I mean. So that's why I keep emphasizing on people should aspire to grow, because there are so many platforms out there. There's so many platforms. And then when you also ukitoka from one level to the next one, it means that level will be empty. So utaachia mwingine pia atatoka pale mali yako apande akuje juu kidogo. Lakini ukikaa tu uko hapo unazuia vitu mingi sana yako, baraka zako na pia za wale wengine ambao wako chini yako.
Okay, maybe lastly you give us your handles and tell us where we can find you, and also this team that was singing here, you can also share the handles and maybe give a vote of thanks as we close. So
follow me at Asila Bani, Instagram, Facebook Bani Asila, YouTube, watch out my new jam, mambo yamebadilika, Bani Asila. And then let's meet next week on Sunday at Nyayo Gardens, Nakuru, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Tutakuwa na wazito pale, mambo hata sijui nisemeje, mambo itakuwa sawa. Mambo hizi chemuka, mambo itakuwa sawa. Mambo itakuwa sawa. So we meet hapo. Leo nashukuru sana tumekuwa na ninyi. Asanteni kwa kuja. So we see you guys, I'm sure you're coming.
Yeah.
Na Nairobi pia tunaenda kuchukua wale wasee. I think waziri atakuwa mawaziri wawili watatu.
Okay.
They've confirmed to us that they'll be coming because we have a flight that is arriving with about 150 people at once. So that's quite huge. We have people, some waziris watakuja kutusaidia kwa welcome kwa airport. I hope you guys will be there also. Kama kawaida, sio? Hapo sawa. Hapo sawa.
Bye.
Okay, thank you so